France's debt crisis versus Africa's rising independence opening. Let's talk about the French. Their economy is drowning in debt. More than 3.3 trillion euros, about 3.8 trillion US dollars. Every second, another 5,000 euros is added. That's 300,000 a minute, 18 million an hour. Nearly €500 million every single day. This is not just a financial problem. It's a national emergency. France's public debt is now over 113% of GDP, one of the highest in Europe. Interest payments alone drain over 60 billion euros a year. More than the defense budget, more than higher education. And it's money that builds nothing. It's just the cost of yesterday. Meanwhile, across the Mediterranean, Africa isn't waiting for handouts. Burkina Faso, under Captain Ibrahim Traoré, is charting a course of independence, dignity, and defiance against the old colonial order. So the question is clear. As France sinks deeper into debt, is Africa finally breaking free? France's debt spiral. France's debt didn't appear overnight. Decades of heavy spending, weak growth, and delayed reforms pushed the country to the edge. COVID-19 added fuel, and now rising interest rates are crushing. In 2024, debt servicing cost 58 billion euros. By 2027, it could hit 70 billion. That's almost 3 times what France spends on universities. To slow the bleeding, Paris has made harsh moves. The pension age was raised, sparking mass protests. Healthcare budgets are being squeezed. Ministers even floated scrapping national holidays to save money. But the math is brutal. France spends more than it earns. The gap widens every year, and the European Union is watching, frustrated that Paris keeps breaking deficit rules. This is the trap. The more France borrows, the less freedom it has. Every new crisis, an energy shocks, war, inflation, makes the mountain steeper. Political shockwaves. Economic pain always turns political. In France, anger is everywhere. Millions feel ordinary workers carry the weight, while corporations and the wealthy escape. Protests have shaken Paris, Lyon, Marseille. Trust in the government is crumbling. France, once a pillar of the EU, now risks humiliation. Brussels demands deficits below 3% of GDP, but France is running close to 6%. And behind the numbers lies a deeper fear, that the Republic no longer controls its future. Debt has become a leash, tightening with every tick of the clock. Africa's new direction. Now look at Africa. For decades, France held influence through Françafrique, military bases, the CFA franc, and political pressure. But that grip is breaking. Mali, Niger, and especially Burkina Faso under Ibrahim Traoré have pushed France out. French troops ordered to leave. Old mining deals torn up. New partnerships with Russia, with neighbors, and with the wider global south. Burkina Faso is still poor and faces enormous challenges, but the symbolism matters. A young leader refusing dependency, demanding sovereignty. It sends a signal across Africa. The colonial script is over. The post-colonial question for France, this is a nightmare. It's uranium from Niger, influence in West Africa, and financial dominance through the CFA franc are all under threat. What was once a safety net is slipping away just as debt strangles Paris at home. For Africa, it's an opportunity, a chance to redefine relations on its own terms, to trade where it wants, partner with who it wants, and stand tall without waiting for France's approval. This is the clash of futures. France cutting pensions, scraping budgets, drowning in interest payments. Africa experimenting, taking risks, searching for a path that's truly independent. Closing. So where does this leave us? France is stuck in crisis mode, debt at 3.3 trillion euros, interest costs rising by the day, social unrest boiling. Europe frustrated. The empire looks weaker than ever. Meanwhile, Africa is on the move. Leaders like Traoré aren't asking for rescue. They're demanding respect, tearing up the old playbook and writing a new one. The real question isn't whether France can save Africa. It's whether Africa even needs France anymore. Because while Paris counts every borrowed euro, Africa is counting on something far more powerful: sovereignty, unity, and the courage to walk its own path. And as the debt clock ticks louder in France, the future may well belong to those who stopped listening to it.